Looking in that intro, I cut my hair so many damn times. That was like 3 years ago. My hair was long, then cut it again, get long again, cut it again. Too goddamn hot to walk around with that goddamn hair. But it's the N.y.a show as we come to a close on the week. I really hope that this week has been a banger for y'all as y'all see the show picking back up on that woman who hurled a burrito at a Chipotle stop, then blamed her behavior on being a Gemini. I already know how shit like that go. Spirit Arrested is a short film by W3 Filmed It that's available on YouTube. Please be sure to check that out. It'll be in the comments and the links below as well as how mother is balanced life in the pursuit of dreams. Interview with actress Breyonna M. Thomas by Ajay. Tambe is available on Spotify. Be sure that you do that. And then remember my last story before the other one about the Chipotle was the White House deeply concerned after Gaza officials report more than 100 killed in school sheltering thousands. Now. Let's take a look at the story that I've seen today as I was just going through the afternoon. Oh, and before I hop into this story, I want to say this weekend I was out and I went to the Walmart. I went to Walmart. There's a guy outside the Walmart. He had a sign up saying, "Yo, I'll take a Greyhound ticket, phone, food, anything." Stuff like that. But he's like, "Yo, I do impersonations, you know what I'm saying? I could do a CeeLo, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg." He just named like so many people, Ice Cube, T.I., he just named so many people off the top of his head. And I went in the store, came back out. So he was out there. I came back outside and what did he do? He did like Tupac. He's like, "Cold ass world, nigga, till you in your sleep." I said, and then he did some CeeLo, and he's like, "Y'all probably know CeeLo only from I See You Driving Around Town." Like, y'all know that CeeLo, pop CeeLo. Like, we know rapping CeeLo, Goody Bob, CeeLo. And it was a good conversation, man, because one of our homegirls was just talking about how another black man saw a black man that was having a hard time and just say, "Yo, man, don't get no money to nobody but women and children," And for me to, like a day later run into this black man, vibe with him, listen to him, and then throw something towards his effort, where he was trying to get in life. I thought that was pretty cool and just that good genuine moment. He said to me, he was like, "You an artist or something? You do anything?" And I was like, "Everybody, who come to me, promoting something or sharing something, they say that." And I was like, "Yo, I'm sitting here in baggy pants, white t-shirt. What still after all these years gives off that energy of he's an artist. He's an artist." And he's like, "Yo, it's usually the artist that vibe. It's usually the artists that pay you any attention that are more open to what I'm trying to give out." So that's just a message I wanted to put out there in this show and leaving this time step part of my life history as we make it through the rest of this week. And the next story I got is how the U.S. approved $20 billion in weapons sale to Israel amid threat of wider Middle East war. Now there's some more bodies been dropping. It's been more thought into what do we want to do? What do we want to do now? We need some more weapons over time, because now we're going bodies for bodies. Analysis, high-wire diplomacy on possible Iran retaliation in the Israel-Hamas war draws draws in the world. This is Iranians follow a truck carrying the coffins of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh and his bodyguard they didn't get a name during their funeral ceremony in the Islamic Revolution. This is in Iran. Iran's threatened retaliation strike on Israel over the assassination of Hamas official Ismail Haniyeh drew major world powers on Tuesday into a high-wire act of diplomacy, halting or limiting an Iranian strike in some eyes could bolster a months-long effort to reach a ceasefire in a war that's devastated the Gaza Strip. And it will continue to do that over and over. We continue to greenlight money for wars over attacks. Like, we have to come to what's going to be the solution here instead of us just blowing some shit up. You're not going to be able to completely wipe out Hamas, just like they could never completely wipe out Israel. It's not going to happen. And killed nearly 40,000 Palestinians, according to the territory's health ministry. It could also free the Israeli hostages who remain there captive there since Hamas's October 7 attack on southern Israel that killed 1,200 people and began the conflict. But that wasn't what began the conflict. You go look up the history of Gaza, Palestinians, and Israel, you'll be in for a treat. Please do that and come back to my video and let's talk about it. Failure to do so could see Iran launch a complex drone and missile attack in tandem with Lebanon's Hezbollah's militia, now separately aggrieved. Oh, now they mad too over Israel's killing of their top commanders, straining the ability of Israel's missile defenses and its allies to defend against the assault. Widespread losses could push Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hardline government into its own direct attack on Iran and drag the wider Middle East into a regional war, which is what we do not want to continue to see in this world. But look who just approved. U.S. approves 20 billion. So that's why I went to that, so that we can come back to this story and see what Tara Cop, thank you for this story, came out on the 13th. The U.S. has approved 20 billion in arms sales to Israel, including scores of fighter jets and advanced air-to-air missiles, the State Department announced Tuesday, because Israel is our ally. So these sales of things are going on. It goes on with Ukraine and stuff like that as well. So I don't want to mix it up. Even with our allies that we have over in Africa, we do send money, and as much as we send food and resources, we send guns and bullets as well too. That's a United States thing. Congress has was notified the impeding sale, which included more than 50 F-15 fighter jets, advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles, or ARAMs, 120 millimeter tank ammunition, and high-explosive mortar and tactical vehicle, comes at a time of intense concern that Israel may become involved in a wider Middle East war. However, the weapons are not expected to get to Israel anytime soon. There are contracts that would take years to fulfill. So they ban much of what is being sold is to help Israel increase its military capacity in the long term. The earliest systems being delivered under the contract aren't expected until the 2026. The United States is committed to the security of Israel. What I said, no matter who the president is, they will be committed to the security of Israel no matter what. I will never live and see it not be that way. And it is vital to the U.S. national interest to assist Israel to develop and maintain a strong and ready self-defense capability. The proposed sale is consistent with those objectives, the State Department said in a release on the sale. Biden administration has had to balance its continued support for Israel with the growing numbers of calls from lawmakers and the U.S. public to curb military support due to the high numbers of civilian deaths in Gaza. But let me know what y'all thoughts are about over the next couple of years. The United States has already signed on for 20 billion in weapons sales that they're selling, sales to Israel amid a threat of a wider Middle East. So it approved 20 billion in weapons sales. And I want to know where this goes, because as time goes on, I'll be covering this even more, and we'll be referring back to when the United States, all the money that we make on in this world when it comes to selling weapons to other countries, selling to our allies, getting the guns, the weapons, and then when all the bodies drop, and all we get is one statement that's like, yo, that's don't be doing that. Y'all gotta chill out, do better. But we're the ones selling the niggas all the guns. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at nigga when all the young niggas walk around on the street high. Like, why they all high? Like, yo, you selling me the drugs to get them high, nigga. Like, don't telling me niggas can't be out here high. Why you keep giving me the stuff to get them high then? You know what I'm saying? You want them to not be high, to stop supplying me. So it's the N.y.a show. Let me know what y'all thoughts on this story as we continue to work our way through this beautiful week that we've been given. Continue support. I continue to appreciate the continued support for the show. Share me out. Let me know what y'all thoughts on this as we creep closer and closer to November in a country that's, it's split, it's torn, and what they want to do when it comes to wars and the economy and what we want to do to support the middle class. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. It's the N.y.a show.